Commencing in the holy name of Almighty Allah, the merciful and the beneficent. Dear student, good morning to all of you and welcome once again. In previous lecture, we have completed the theory of chapter number 19, which is about atomic spectra. So in today's lecture, we will solve the numerical problems of chapter number 19. So dear student, in your smart syllabus, the first four numerical are excluded for your smart syllabus. So the numericals which are included in your smart syllabus are question number 5 or numerical number 5. Let me write these first. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. These numericals are included in your smart syllabus. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So these six numerical, we will solve these six numerical inshallah number by number. So first of all, let's solve question number 5, numerical number 5. In numerical number 5, it is stated that a proton is emitted from a hydrogen atom which undergoes a transition from n equal to 2 to n equal to, from n equal to 3 to n equal to 2 state. Calculate the energy, wavelength and frequency of emitted photon. So in this question, it is stated that a photon from third orbit, here say suppose this is first, this is second, and this is third orbit, n equal to 1, 2, 3. So from n equal to 3 to n equal to 2 state, a photon, when an electron jump from higher energy orbit n equal to 3 to n equal to 2 state, what is emitted? Here a photon is emitted, photon of energy HF is emitted. So we have to calculate three things in this numerical. First is we have to calculate the energy of photon, wavelength of photon and the frequency of photon. Now to calculate this energy, we have to know about the frequency of photon. Similarly, to calculate the frequency, first of all we will calculate the wavelength of photon. So let's start. What is given in the question? Let's collect the data. Given data is what is given? N is equal to 3 and the second one is say suppose this is represented by symbol P. N is equal to 3 and the second is represented by symbol P equal to 2. Lower orbit is P. So Rydberg's constant is a constant, we know that, and its value is approximately equal to 1.0974 multiplied 10 power 7. 1.0974 10 power 7, and Planck's constant is also given. These are constant because we will use all these constants to find the energy of photon. So H is Planck's constant, its value is 6.63 multiplied 10 power minus 34. Joule into second. Similarly, what we have to calculate? What is required in this question? Wavelength of photon, lambda is to be calculated, frequency of photon is to be calculated, and third thing is the energy of photon is to be calculated, E. Let me summarize this briefly. In question, it is stated that when there is a transition from higher energy orbit to lower energy orbit, so a photon is emitted, and we have to calculate the energy, frequency, and wavelength of photon. So how can we calculate? To find the wavelength, we have a formula. We have what? We have a formula given this below. 1 upon lambda is equal to RH, Rydberg's constant. Lambda, 1 upon lambda, Rydberg's constant into 1 upon p square, lower energy orbit, minus 1 upon n square, higher energy orbit. So dear students, simply we have to put the values of Rydberg constant, and instead of p we have to put 2, and then instead of n we have to put 3. So we can find the wavelength. 1 upon lambda is equal to, first let me simplify it furthermore. If we take the value 1 upon 2 square minus 1 upon 3 square. So further, by simplifying this, we will get 1 upon 4 minus 1 upon 9, and by taking the LCM of these two, we get 5 RH divided by 36. So 1 upon lambda is equal to 5 times RH divided by 36, because the LCM of 4 and 3 is 36. Simply the putting of, we will put the value of Rydberg's constant, which is equal to how much? R. This is 1 upon lambda equal to 5 RH divided by 36. By taking reciprocal of this, we get lambda. Lambda is equal to 36 divided by 5 RH. Now 36 divided by 5 multiplied by, what is the value of RH? Its value is given here. The value of Rydberg's constant is 1.0974 multiplied 10 power 7. So 5 multiplied by 1.0974 multiplied 10 power 7. Now by calculating this value, we will get lambda is equal to 6.48 multiplied 10 power minus 7. Let me write it here. Lambda is equal to 6.48 multiplied 10 power minus 7. If you want to convert this into nanometer, so we have to multiply it by 10 power minus 2. This is in meter. Lambda equal to 648 nanometer. This n is a prefix which is equal to 10 power minus 9. This is the required value of lambda. Similarly, we can calculate frequency very easy as option B. We have to calculate what? Frequency. So F is equal to frequency is given by formula F equal to C divided by lambda, because photon is light, so it will travel with the speed of light. So F equal to C divided by lambda. What is the value of C? C is equal to 3 multiplied 10 power 8 meter per second divided by lambda is 648 multiplied 10 power minus 9 meter. Again we convert the value of lambda into meter. So simply by solving this, we will get 4.99 multiplied 10 power 14 hertz. So the frequency of emitted photon is equal to 4.99 multiplied 10 power 14 hertz. This will be the frequency of emitted photon. Now third thing, we have to calculate the wavelength. How can we calculate the wavelength? Option C. In option C we have to calculate the energy. So what will be the energy of photon? Energy of photon is given by what? E is equal to HF is equal to 6.63 multiplied 10 power minus 34. And let me write it here. Energy of photon is equal to, what is the value of Planck's constant H? The value of Planck constant H is 6.63 multiplied 10 power minus 34. And what is the value of F? We have recently calculated the value of F, which is equal to 4.99 multiplied 10 power minus 14. So this is 4.99 multiplied 10 power minus 14. Dear students, we have to calculate the energy in electron volt. So what can we do? We have to just divide this value by 1.6 multiplied 10 power minus 19. So the answer will be in electron volt. If you divide this whole number by 1.6 multiplied 10 power minus 19, here we can put electron volt. So by performing this calculation, the 10 power will be separated and the simple number will be multiplied. So we get 1.89 electron volt. This will be the required energy. So here we can see that we have calculated the wavelength of the emitted photon. It make a transition from third orbit for n equal to 3 to n equal to 2. The wavelength will be 648 nanometer or 6.48 multiplied 10 power minus 7 meter. And the frequency of the same photon will be 4.99 multiplied 10 power 14 hertz. What about the energy? The energy of that photon will be equal to 1.89 electron volt. So that was all about question number 5. Now in question number 6, it is stated that find the longest wavelength of light capable of ionizing a hydrogen atom. How much energy is needed to ionize hydrogen atom? Here in this question we have to calculate two things: the wavelength of light which are capable to ionize or to remove electron from hydrogen atom. Second thing which is to be calculated is how much energy is needed to ionize the hydrogen atom. So we have to calculate the energy also. So dear student, let me write the given data for this question. Question number 6. Find the longest wavelength of light capable of ionizing a hydrogen atom. How much energy is needed to ionize a hydrogen atom? So what is given? P equal to 1 into P, n will be infinity. Here the first orbit is represented by P, and we will consider the orbit from which transition is occurred. It's infinite. Similarly, Planck's constant and velocity of light will be used here, these two constants. So H is equal to 6.63 multiplied 10 power minus 34 joule into second, and speed of light is represented by c. It is equal to 3 multiplied 10 power 8 meter per second. Now these are given. These two are constant and these are given. So what we have to calculate? Longest wavelength, lambda maximum, and ionization energy E. So required is longest wavelength, lambda maximum second thing which is to be calculated, velocity of ionizing energy. E is to be calculated. Now to calculate the longest wavelength, we proceed as for option A. Say suppose this is option A and this is option B. For option A, to calculate lambda, we know that 1 upon lambda 1 upon lambda is equal to Rydberg's constant into 1 upon p square minus 1 upon n square. Putting the values here, we get 1 upon lambda, Rydberg's constant, 1 upon what is p? 1. Instead of n, we have to put infinity. So, if we put infinity, this will be the maximum wavelength. So, we can write lambda maximum. So, 1 upon lambda maximum is equal to RH into 1 upon 1 minus infinity. This will become 1 minus 1 divided by infinity will become anything divided by infinity is equal to 0. So the longest wavelength 1 upon lambda maximum is equal to Rydberg's constant into 1 minus 0. So we have to put the value of Rydberg's constant here. R. This will be equal to Rydberg's constant multiplied by 1. Or if we find the maximum wavelength, we take the reciprocal of this statement. So lambda maximum will be equal to 1 divided by Rydberg's constant is equal to 1 divided by RH, and by putting values 1 divided by what is the value of RH? The value of RH is equal to 1.0974 multiplied 10 power 7. So lambda maximum is equal to 1 divided by 1.0974 multiplied 10 power 7. This will be equal to 91.12 multiplied 10 power minus 9 meter. Lambda maximum is equal to 91.12 multiplied 10 power minus 9 meter. Instead of 10 power 9 minus 9, we can put a prefix nano. So this will be equal to lambda maximum. The maximum wavelength is equal to 91.12 nanometer. Now that was all about wavelength. How can we calculate the ionizing energy? So to find ionizing energy, we know by a formula that E is equal to HF or HC divided by lambda. That was for wavelength. This formula is for ionizing energy. We know that ionizing energy E is equal to HF. Instead of F, we can write C divided by lambda. So E equal to HC divided by lambda. Putting all these values, H is constant, C is constant, and lambda is known to us, which is 91.12 multiplied 10 power minus 9. So let's calculate this value. 6.63 multiplied 10 power minus 34. This is the value of Planck's constant H. 10 power minus 34. What is the value of C? C is constant, speed of light. So its value is 3 multiplied 10 power 8 divided by what is the value of lambda? We will put this value of lambda, which is 91.12 multiplied 10 power minus 9. So by calculating by performing this calculation, we get E is equal to 2.179 multiplied 10 power minus 18. But the answer will be in joule. If we convert this joule to electron volt, we have to divide this number by 1.6 multiplied 10 power minus 19. So this is in joule. Our E will be equal to 2.179 multiplied 10 power minus 18. This is 10 power minus 18 divided by 1.6 multiplied 10 power minus 19. Now the answer will be in electron volt. So E will be equal to 13.6 electron volt. 13.6 electron volt. By performing this calculation, you will get this value. That was all about energy. So, dear student, in question number 7, it is stated that calculate the radius of innermost orbit level of the hydrogen atom. Very simple numerical. We have to calculate the radius of the innermost orbit or the first orbit of hydrogen atom. So how to calculate? For radius, we know a formula. Let me write the data from the statement. Question number 7. What we have to calculate? The radius of innermost orbit of hydrogen atom. So radius is given by h square divided by 4 pi square e square km. So to calculate the radius, we must know the values. Here is nothing given in this statement, but to calculate the radius, we have to know about all these. Planck's constant, which is equal to 6.63 multiplied 10 power minus 34. 10 power minus 34 joule into second. This is Planck's constant. Second thing which we must know is charge on electron E, which is equal to 1.6 multiplied 10 power minus 19 coulomb. The third thing, we must know about the Coulomb constant K, which is equal to 9 multiplied 10 power 9. Newton meter sphere per Coulomb sphere. Fourth thing, we must know about the per Coulomb sphere. We must know about the mass of electron, which is m equal to 9.11 multiplied 10 power minus 31. kg. And the last thing which is given, we want to calculate the radius of what? Innermost shell, the first shell, n equal to 1. And what is required? Required is radius of innermost shell of what? Of hydrogen atom. This is represented by R1 and we have to calculate this R1. So dear student, you can see all these are constant except this n. This is given that the innermost shell, for innermost shell n will be equal to 1, and we have to calculate the radius r1. So by a formula we know that in the previous class we have studied about the radii of quantized orbit in Bohr model, energy of quantized orbit, velocity of electron in a particular orbit. So for detail you can see or you can listen to the previous lecture. So the formula, let me solve this question. By a formula we know that radius of quantized orbit r1 is equal to a square divided by 4 pi square e square km. R1 a square divided by 4 pi square e square km. E square km. Dear students, you must memorize this formula. This is E, charge on electron. H is Planck's constant, 4 pi, these two are also constant. E is charge on electron, K is Coulomb constant, and M is mass of electron. So putting all the values here, we get R1 is equal to, what is the value of Planck's constant? This is 6.63 multiplied 10 power minus 34 divided by 4 pi square. What is the value of E? Charge on electron 1.6 multiplied 10 power minus 19 coulomb square. This is also square, so this will be also square. Similarly, by putting the value of K, what is the value of K? 9 multiplied 10 power 9. What is the value of M? Mass of an electron 9.11 multiplied 10 power minus 31. So all the values are put here, and by calculating all these values we get 5.3 multiplied 10 power minus 11 meter. So R1 is equal to 5.3 multiplied 10 power minus 11 meter. That will be the radius of the innermost orbit of hydrogen atom. Now in question number 8, it is stated that determine the energy associated with the inner orbit of hydrogen atom. In this question, in question number 8, we have to calculate the energy. So the energy of innermost orbit, the second orbit, and what energy does an incoming photon possess to raise an electron from first to second orbit. So if we raise the electron for first orbit to second orbit, what energy of photon will be for this process? So let's write the data from the statement. So dear student, how that these three numerical, we solved the question number 5, 6 and 7. How that these will be clear to all of you. Inshallah, in next lecture we will solve the remaining three numerical. Now it is enough for today. Thank you for listening. Thanks a lot.